$1,000 per month flowing into your bank account while you're laying on your couch doing nothing. Sounds almost like a dream, doesn't it? Hello, how is everyone doing? Welcome back to another episode of Finance with Arjun. Today's video is about passive income. Since you all liked my previous video on this topic so much, I thought I'd create a detailed video on one of the ways that I mentioned, which is dividend investing. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you how to set up a portfolio that makes $1,000 per month in dividend income. So if that sounds good to you, let's hop straight into it. Starting right from the basics, a dividend is a distribution of profits by a company to its shareholders. That's the textbook definition, but I think it's easier understood through an example. And in this case, I'm going to use AT&T since it's a popular company that's well known for paying a dividend. AT&T primarily makes its money through its communication business, so essentially cell phone plans and internet plans. When people buy these services, AT&T generates revenue. And when you subtract expenses from that, you get the profit that the business makes. With these profits, the company has three options. They can save it as cash for a rainy day, they can reinvest it back into the business, or they can pay out a portion of these profits to their shareholders. This payout is what we call a dividend. For AT&T, the annual dividend is $2.08. And when you divide this by the share price of approximately $30, you get what's called a dividend yield of 7.07%. These dividends are usually paid out quarterly, so that means you get 52 cents every quarter for each share of AT&T stock. Not all companies pay dividends though. It's usually the more mature ones with well-established businesses. Growth companies like Google or Tesla would want to reinvest these profits back into the business, maybe into something like R&D or just general growth and expansion to more customers, hoping that this would increase their stock price in the long run. But for more mature companies like banks or utility companies, the best use of these profits is to distribute them to shareholders in the form of dividends. Because of this, you probably won't see high stock price growth, but for investors looking for a consistent source of passive income from their portfolio, dividends are wonderful. By the way, I know that many of you that watch the channel are on visas in the US, either the H-1B, F-1, J-1 or L-1. This is a method that you all can employ as well because it generates passive income. Alright, so now let's calculate how much money is needed to make $1,000 a month in dividends. I'm going to continue using AT&T as the example here. The first step is to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Now that you've done that, let's run some quick math here. $1,000 a month would mean $12,000 a year, and since AT&T's dividend yield is 7.07%, that means we'd need around $170,000 invested in this stock. It's pretty simple, right? Just go get the spare $170,000 you have lying around, invest it into this stock, and that'll get you $1,000 a month in dividends. I don't know about you all, but that's definitely not an option for me. The more feasible way for majority of investors out there is to invest month by month and build this portfolio out over time. Sure, it would be awesome to get $1,000 per month right now, but it's important to understand the power of time in building out your dividend portfolio. This allows you to reinvest your dividends every year and create a snowball effect. So basically, the dividends you get every year, you reinvest back to buy more shares, and then those shares buy more shares, and so on. When this is done over many years, that's when compound interest really takes over and kicks your portfolio into overdrive. So that would mean investing a certain amount into your dividend portfolio every month, staying patient and consistent with it, and eventually building your portfolio up. Let me show you what that would look like. I'm going to be using an online dividend calculator, so I'm going to hop over to the computer real quick. Alright, so the website I'm using here is called marketbeat.com. And as always, I'll leave a link to this in the description box below. So the investment type here, let's just say portfolio. The starting principal is 0 since we're starting from scratch, zilch. The annual dividend yield, again in AT&T's case, is 7.07%. And let's say that this is not a taxable account for simplicity's sake. And in terms of the contribution, let's say we're putting in $1,000 a month, which would mean $12,000 in the year. Expected annual dividend increase. That's another benefit of dividend investing. Generally, good companies tend to increase their dividends every year, and AT&T is no exception to that. Their dividend growth rate has been 2.2% for the past 10 years. So let's put that number in. For distribution frequency, let's say that is quarterly. The dividend tax rate is 0%, and the annual share price appreciation, let's just say 0% to keep things simple. And DRIP, that is the dividend reinvestment plan that I spoke about. So we do want to reinvest dividends, so let's say that's a yes. And for the number of years invested, I'm just going to say 10 years. Alright, so now let's hit calculate dividends. And once I do this, I'm going to scroll down to the middle graph. This is basically dividend income, annual dividend income by year. So if you look at these numbers, you can see that between year 2 and year 3, you make $100 per month in dividends, since that would mean $1,200 a year. And between year 6 and year 7 is when you make $500 a month, since that would be $6,000 a year. And then finally, between year 9 and year 10 is when you finally make $1,000 a month in dividend income, since your goal was $12,000 a year. So basically, by investing $1,000 per month into this portfolio, in a little over 9 years, you can make $1,000 a month in passive dividend income. Not only that, you have a portfolio that's worth well over $150,000 as well. At this point, you can stop reinvesting dividends and pull out $1,000 per month, technically forever. If you're thinking 9.5 years is way too long, you can always invest more to get there faster. Let's say you invest $3,000 a month. That would mean $36,000 a year. And everything else is going to be the same. So let's hit calculate dividends. And if you scroll down to the dividend graph, you can see that you make $12,000 in dividend income in less than 5 years. So you've essentially cut your time down by half. Even then, you probably realized that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Sure, you could YOLO your entire life savings on Tesla calls and get rich instantly, but that's a stupid move for most people. Sensible investing takes time, and if you stay the course, you can create a solid cash flow for the future. If something were to happen to your job later on, you'd have a stable inflow of cash which is not going anywhere. For this demonstration, I used an oversimplified approach where I just picked one stock and didn't consider either taxes or inflation, just to keep things simple. But if you're thinking about building out a dividend portfolio for some sweet passive income, here are 3 things to watch out for. 1. Dividends are not guaranteed. You need to be fully aware that companies can stop paying dividends at any time. When businesses are faced with troubled times, like earlier this year, they can either reduce dividend yield or just cut it completely. 63 companies in the S&P 500 either cut or suspended their dividends in 2020. A good starting point to minimize these risks is to look for companies that have a consistent history of paying dividends. There are lists like the Dividend Aristocrat. There are lists like the Dividend Aristocrat list, which contain companies from the S&P 500 that have paid and increased their dividend every year for the last 25 years. There are also dividend kings that have increased their dividends every year for 50 plus years. Number 2, prioritize diversification. In my example, there was only one stock in the portfolio, but that's not what you want to do. You should have a diversified portfolio containing multiple stocks across industries. Otherwise, you're just putting too many eggs into one basket. If something goes wrong with the stock, your entire portfolio is at risk. So you want to diversify your investment to spread this risk out. To diversify, you have the option of investing in a dividend paying ETF like VYM, for example, which is Vanguard's high dividend paying ETF. This basically finds a group of high dividend paying companies and collectively invests in them. Just throwing a disclaimer out there, I am not telling you what to invest in because I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own research before investing. Number 3, never chase a high yield. I know some of you are thinking, if I can find a stock that pays a 20% dividend yield, then I'd need a much smaller portfolio. Unfortunately, that's a terrible idea. A company that has a high dividend yield of usually 10% or more likely means that they won't be able to keep that up or are having some serious issues. The yield could be high because the company is in trouble, the share price has plummeted, and they just haven't cut their dividends yet. So you want to make sure that you're buying companies that are solid financially and not just because they're paying a high dividend. Earning $1,000 a month in dividends is a great way to supplement the income you make from your 9-to-5 job. Most people are not going to be able to achieve this from day one onwards, but don't get disheartened. Start however small you need to and slowly build this portfolio up over time. Remember to choose companies that pay consistent dividends and diversify across multiple stocks and industries. Once you achieve your goal of X dollars per month in dividends, you can direct this money towards your bank account to use as you please. If you enjoyed this video, do check out my channel for other videos on passive income, investing, and general personal finance topics. Also, don't forget to like this video and comment down below if you have any questions or thoughts. I am a small channel, so every like, comment, and share goes a long way. That's a wrap from me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.